What is going on, everybody? This is Jay Victor. Welcome back to another episode of Official Rules, a sweepstakes podcast being recorded today, Monday, October 14th. What a week. What a weekend of sweeping and news and work and football. And we're going to catch up on everything. But first, phone lines are open. Just kidding. I told you last week there are no phones, but there is an email, amongst other things, sweepstakespodcast@gmail.com. That's sweepstakespodcast@gmail.com. If you don't want to use email, you can leave comments on Spotify, Audible, Apple Podcast. Go ahead and take the polls if they are up there. I usually leave questions on the podcast links, and also officially launched our Instagram and our TikTok pages. You'll have to bear with me because I'm not too great at either one. I'm using them pretty much as a bulletin board for news and personal wins, as well as I posted my Hall of Fame going back to 2022. That includes wins that are, only wins actually, that are over $100. The Instagram page, you could reach us at Sweepstakes Podcast on Instagram. And on TikTok, we are Official Rules Podcast. I also had the name Sweepstakes Podcast, but it was one letter too long. So it looked as if it was listed as Sweepstakes Podcasts. And my OCD took over, and I switched it to Official Rules Podcast for TikTok and Sweepstakes Podcast for Instagram and YouTube. Once again, thank you for joining me. A lot of stuff to go over. We're going to go over the results of our TCL sweepstakes that we do on a weekly basis. I'll have a new top 5, and then some things that I don't necessarily like. You can even say that I possibly hate them. But biggest news, of course, first of all, it is official. This Friday, October 18th at 8 p.m., I will be on live with the contest queen herself, Ms. Carolyn Willman. I am so thankful, so blessed that she was gracious enough to invite me on her show. We'll be talking everything sweepstakes, including the podcast and a little bit about me. Super excited to be on live with her. She is listed as Contest Queen on YouTube, and that's where you'll be able to find us at 8 o'clock. So feel free to tune in if you can. Again, Carolyn's site on YouTube is at Contest Queen. That'll be this Friday, live at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, October 18th. Carolyn, once again, thank you for making this all happen and getting it set up. I'm trying to market it as much on my social media as I can. However, with very few followers so far on the social media side, you are doing all the work, so I appreciate that. And thank you to everybody so much who has subscribed to the podcast and the YouTube channel. It was a great weekend. Had another great meeting, although I had to dip out a little bit early to go to a birthday party with Lori and the gang. It was nice to see and talk to everybody. If you folks haven't already, find a sweepstakes group, find some people online, maybe some people locally that you could talk to and exchange ideas. Or if you like, just tune in to me. I always like to be, a person to talk to about sweepstakes. You could always send in your questions to sweepstakespodcast@gmail.com. I would love to answer questions, kind of get any tips, anything that I'm missing, and especially on the social media side. I know that there are people in this hobby that are younger than myself that know a lot more than I do about TikTok and Instagram. If you're subscribed or if you're following, or if you're subscribed to my YouTube page or following my Instagram or TikTok accounts, what am I doing wrong? What looks wrong? Can I put links up in a certain way? If you got any tips for me, that would certainly be appreciated, but very excited for this upcoming Friday. Before we get started on anything else, shout out to Mr. Bill Jensen. This guy is winning so much, he has to turn down trips now. He won one trip followed by another that coincided to be within the same time frame. And this guy's winning so much, and he's so committed and so positive about his sweeping that he has to now turn down trips. Bill, congratulations, sir. Very happy for you. So, what happened on Thursday night football? Did we finally make it for entry period number 5, which would have been starting week 6 of the NFL season? If you remember, it was the 49ers versus the Seahawks. We needed one player from each team to record 98 or more receiving yards. Up for grabs were 15 75-inch TCL Next Frame TVs, model number A300W, with a retail value just under $3,500 each. If I had a drum roll lined up on this audio processor, I would, but I use very basic software to do this podcast, folks. So no drum roll needed. We barely missed out on it. The San Francisco 49ers, Deebo Samuel, did eclipse the 98 yards. But unfortunately, the Seahawks really spread out the ball. If you remember, my wild card was going to be Kenneth Walker, the running back, to eclipse the 98 yards. Well, he had plenty of opportunities because he had 8 targets, but he got 37 yards. DK Metcalf, 48 yards. Jackson Smith-Njigba, 53 yards. Noah Fant, 63 yards. And Tyler Lockett, 65 yards. So Tyler Lockett and Noah Fant got the closest. So no dice on that for last week on TCL's TV giveaway, which now brings us up to entry period 6, which is week 7 in the NFL. October 17th, the Broncos versus the Saints. 13 98-inch TVs with a retail value just under $4,000, $3,999.99. Model number QM851G. Up for grabs. So, October 17th, Broncos versus the Saints. What's got to happen? 5 or more passing touchdowns by one player. Let me put this into perspective, folks. The Saints just played the Buccaneers over the weekend. The Buccaneers won substantially. The score was 51-27, Tampa Bay over the New Orleans Saints. For any NFL game to have a team scoring over 50 points is impressive. That being said, the fantastic job that was done by the Buccaneers quarterback, Baker Mayfield. He completed 24 out of 36 attempts for 325 yards. His team put up 51 total points. So all that being said, he threw for 4 touchdowns. So I'm going to stay positive, but don't hold your breath because I'm going to start calling you Old Blue in the corner. 5 or more passing touchdowns by one player. You got the Broncos versus the Saints. Now, downside. The Saints just used their rookie quarterback this weekend because Derek Carr was injured. If anyone has a shot to throw 5 touchdowns, it would normally be Derek Carr. A, he's coming off of injury. B, as bad as the Broncos are, they have one of the best defenses in the NFL. And on the flip side, the Broncos going against the Saints defense, you got a rookie quarterback in Bo Nix. We might have to wait till the week after, but here's hoping for Bo Nix or whoever's going to be throwing for the Saints to throw 5 touchdowns so we can start shaking up that fishbowl or rolling that barrel of entries. Or in most cases, it's probably computer generated, but who knows? We got to get something going in this TCL sweepstakes, and we'll see what happens. So good luck to everybody on that. Best wishes. A brand new top 5 for this week, and it is a big one dollar-wise. They had some great sweepstakes come out this week. Starting at number 5, Microsoft Rewards Ultimate Giveaway. 10 winners are going to get $10,000 cash, but ladies and gentlemen, the grand prize winner will receive a check for $1 million. Now you're going to say, how is this possible that this sweepstake ends up at number 5? Well, as much as I love my friends outside of the United States, this one's a tough one. You have to sign up for Microsoft Rewards. For the most chances, you have to swap over your default browser on your phone and your desktop, either or, to get the most entries from what you're probably using, which I'm going to take a guess is going to be Google Chrome. And they want you to switch over your browser to, I believe it's the Edge browser, and switch over your default search engine to Bing. Might not be a big deal for a lot of you folks. A lot of people might not like it, but it's another way to get points, get rewards. So it doesn't make life too easy as far as an entry-wise. The dates for this contest are going to be October 8th through the end of the year, December 31st, which it's not bad. It's a fairly long, let's call it the rest of the quarter sweepstakes. But this one is open to everybody in the 50 United States, including DC, who have reached the age of majority. They've also included our friends in Canada, which is great. Again, shout out to the contest queen. But they have also included the United Kingdom, France, and Germany. So this pool is going to be quite a large pool of people. So the chances are much slimmer when you include those countries. But I will say, looking at my analytics, I actually do have some folks from the United Kingdom that listen to the podcast. So thank you for listening. Good luck to everybody. That one ends up on number 5. Again, 10 winners are going to get $10,000 cash in the sweepstakes. The big winner is going to get $1 million. So that is certainly something to shoot for. And it's a life changer. So there's going to be a lot of eligibility in this, but good luck to everybody who enters in that. That is number 5. On our top 5 for this week, number 4, the Coke Zero Sugar EA Sports Fall Sports Instant Win Game. 50 people will get a gaming console, a copy of EA College Football 25, and a pair of headphones for a $650 prize value. I was just talking to a good friend of mine, my best friend, over the weekend. He was mentioning, he sent me a link to his Twitch so I could watch an online game for his online hockey team for which he's the goalie. And he mentioned he currently plays NHL 24, and his team sticks with him because, according to his record, and according to him, of course, he's a good goalie, but he does not have a system that can play NHL 25, so he has not upgraded. And unfortunately, my buddy is 100% anti-sweepstakes. So if I win this one, Corey, you're going to get whatever new console this is, and then maybe you'll be a believer in these sweepstakes. To enter, you need, of course, a Coca-Cola account, as you do for the majority of their sweepstakes. They are free. This is a daily entry open to all of our friends in the 50 United States, including DC, who are ages 18 and older. Start date for this one was October 7th. It's a short one. It ends on November 3rd. Again, 50 instant winners. You should know right away, yay or nay, whether you win this one. You're going to get a sponsor-specified gaming console. It doesn't say which one. I assume it's going to be some version of an Xbox or a PS5, PlayStation. You'll get a copy of EA College Football 25 digital game code, so you could download that onto your system, and you'll get a pair of headphones, so not bad. 50 people. Gaming systems are always great. I would love to win one, even though my kid's got everything in the world, and he's got plenty of consoles as it is. Good luck to everybody. That one is number 4 on our countdown. Number 3, I found super interesting. The LPGA Odyssey $100,000 fan putt sweepstakes. 4 grand prize winners in this contest are going to get a trip for two, I should say, to Naples, Florida. They'll get weekly passes to the Group Tour Championship, a custom Odyssey putter. They include airfare, a 4-night hotel stay, and you will get the chance to win $100,000 or a consolation prize of a full set of custom Callaway clubs, which, if you're looking at the money and the trip, they're saying the retail value for the grand prize and everything else is $103,000. So the assumption is it's $100,000 cash. Everything else total is worth $3,000. Or if you're getting the clubs, they say the retail value is $96,000. So the assumption is those clubs, if you get custom fit clubs, they're about $6,600, which sounds right for custom fit Callaway clubs. I would love to win that as much as I love my straight out the box Dick's Sporting Goods top flight clubs that actually helped me break 100 and then break 90 after 20 years of golfing. 3 first prize winners. So besides the 4 grand prize winners, so you got 4 people all the way at the top who are going to have a chance to putt for $100,000. You'll have 3 first prize winners who will still get a custom Odyssey putter by Callaway. So just for that putter, custom fit, $1,000 for a putter. Unbelievable. That sounds like a great prize. This one I just came across, and this one started on August 26th. I'm just finding out now. And the deadline is the 20th of this month. It is a single entry, so I'm glad I ran into it. Good luck to everybody who enters that one. Number 2, the Hyundai Fun Driving Sweepstakes. Simple enough. It's a daily entry open to all of our friends in the 50 United States and D.C. who are 18 years of age and older. This one's a short one. It runs October 10th through October 31st. It's very simple. There's 1 grand prize winner. They're going to win a 2024 Hyundai Ioniq 5 fully electric SUV. They got a retail value on it of $41,000. Pretty simple. Enter daily, and one person is going to win a brand new electric vehicle. Whatever your thoughts are on electric cars, and as many of you will know, I was in the car business for 14 years. If you don't take huge trips, or you already have one gas vehicle and you need something for around town, an electric vehicle is great. If you want, you can sell it. It's got a retail value of $41,000, but I will tell you right up off the rip, even with no miles on it, if you go to sell a 2024 electric vehicle, in most cases, you're going to get nowhere near what the sticker value is, because that's kind of just the state of electric vehicles. So do with that information what you may, but good luck to everybody who enters in on that one. I have a high voltage plug in my garage. This may be something I would keep to putt around town and stay away from gas stations, at least for a little while. Or who knows, put it up on CarMax and Carvana, let them fight over it. See whoever gets the biggest bid. That was number 2. Number 1, to me, was an easy first place choice for the top 5 this week. And I'll go through it. Whatever your thoughts are, let me know either in the comments on social media or sweepstakespodcast@gmail.com. The Marlboro Own the West Sweepstakes. So obviously any cigarette company, this is going to be for people who are tobacco consumers. Now, if I had to take a guess, there's probably going to be some people out there who do not consume tobacco, who are into sweepstakes, who are going to enter this one. Do what you will. But this one was impressive because, I like the frequency. It's a weekly, so don't have to enter every day. The time frame, it goes from the 7th of October to the 10th of November. So barely over a month. It's open to all of our friends in the 50 United States, except, unfortunately, Massachusetts and Michigan. Our friends in D.C. are allowed to enter. Again, who are tobacco consumers, ages 21 or older. This is run, obviously, for Marlboro by Philip Morris. The grand prize, 5 grand prize winners are going to win $250,000 cash in the form of a check. So right off the rip, without going into, I guess what you would call the bottom tier prizes, they are starting off with $1.25 million of prizes to 5 people. So 5 people are going to get a check for $250,000, which is huge, on a short entry weekly sweepstakes open to tobacco users in 48 states. If people were actual tobacco users, if you bring that funnel down, I mean, it's not going to be a lot of people entering this. And if you do, certainly good luck. I would certainly hope to win myself. So $1.25 million to 5 people right off the rip. 500 first prizes. A Teton Mesa tent with a retail value just under $600. They list it as $599.99. So thank you, Philip Morris, for making that they're all taxable events, folks, but they will not issue a 1099-R for that one. 500 second prizes. A GoPro Hero 12 camera bundle with a retail value just under $470. 500 third prizes. A Yeti Panga waterproof duffel bag with a retail value just under $322. 500 fourth prize winners. Stetson Bozeman outdoor hat. That's got a retail value of $125. And finally, 500 fifth place prizes. A Dry Duck Rambler Boulder cloth jacket with a value just under $120. So besides, obviously, the huge grand prize, there's going to be 2,500 winners in this contest. Total retail value, when you put everything together, is over $2 million on a weekly sweepstakes that lasts just over a month. And we're on the 14th now. So by the time this episode airs, you got less than a month to get into it. There's going to be a ton of prizes given out. And more than anything, certainly good luck to everybody who not only enters it, good luck to the 5 grand prize winners who receive what, in my opinion, is a life-changing, absolutely life-changing amount of money. So, I mean, $250,000, what kind of tax bracket in the U.S. is it going to put you into besides obviously whatever you already made this year? Not getting into deductions and everything. Let's even say it's 30%. I mean, you got to give the government $75,000. Walk away with $175,000. I mean, good Lord. And that's going to happen to 5 people. So good luck to everybody who enters that. That is our, I think, biggest as far as total retail value, top 5 that we've ever done on the show. The the Marlboro contest and the Microsoft contest alone were huge sweeps that I just came across. And congratulations and good luck to everybody who enters and wins in those. So as much as we have contests that we like, there's some that you look at, think about, read through the rules, try to enter with or without success, and just think, you know what? Hated it. Our next step in the top 5 are maybe some of the contests that we don't like. And not to get picky, but I'll just go through them fairly quickly. The weekly Valvoline Big Game, I guess they call it the big game because they can't use the SB word for some reason. And for some reason, I'm not going to either, but you win a trip to the Super Bowl. Let's get real. The Valvoline Big Game Weekly Sweepstakes. So I entered it last week. When you go to enter it this week, I don't even know how to pronounce this, the Catchpa, however you would call the kind of security picture thing where you got to click on crosswalks and everything. You pass it, and then it keeps bringing it back up. And then when I went to visit it, again, under VBG, Victor Bravo Golf, submit.com, comes to a blank page. So I did send them a note, let them know that the link is broken. Hopefully it comes back up, but it's a weekly sweep that gives you the opportunity to possibly make it to the Super Bowl, which is definitely on my life bucket list. Hopefully they get that done. But in the meantime, since I can't enter, hated it. Then you have the My Walgreens submission sweepstakes where they're just giving away a ton of $100 gift cards, I think they said, or $100 credits to Walgreens. I think they said 30,000, which by my math, that's a $3 million prize pool. The problem is they had one of these kind of odd, for the first couple of days, submission forms where you had to enter in your info, then your Walgreens one, and then it started acting finicky. And then I guess in the middle of it, they just took it down and said, you know what, you're not going to submit on this form. If you want to submit and not make a $10 purchase, go ahead and send in an index card. So just based on the fact that you changed your mind in the middle of a contest to Walgreens, hated it. I still shop at Walgreens because it's in my neighborhood, and I actually do like Walgreens a lot, but not for the purposes of the sweepstakes. Subway's foot-long season sweepstakes. Now, I'm still able to get into it. I eat a lot of Subway anyway because I like it. It's close here, and they're running the buy one, get one deal. If you use FLBOGO in the promo code and your restaurants are participating, you'll get a buy one, get one, which, I mean, I get the cold cut combo. If you get 2 of those, it's less than $5 each. So everybody who missed the $5 footlongs, they're technically here if you have a coupon. But sometimes it's not that easy. You go in, you put your email, you click on enter, nothing happens. It pauses. You have to delete cookies. Sometimes use a VPN. Sometimes go into incognito mode. It's just it's been a pain in the butt to kind of play their daily. And as much as I love Subway when it comes to this current sweepstakes and what's going on with it online, hated it. Next one, the Dallas Cowboys in partnership with Invisalign. They also have a trip to the Super Bowl. Now, there was an issue right away with this form where when you went to put in an address, it would only accept numbers, which, unless you have a very odd address that only includes numbers, you're not going to be able to enter this contest. I did reach out to Invisalign, who directed me to the Dallas Cowboys since it's on their page. The Dallas Cowboys did not get back to me, but I did notice a day or two after I sent them the information, they fixed the form, so you were able to properly enter it. The problem is that it's a daily contest, so after you enter the first time and go back, it tells you, well, sorry, you already used this phone number once. Well, it's daily sweepstakes. What am I supposed to do? Apply for a new phone number? So just based on that fact, hated it. USA Today, also known as Gannett Media, the parent company of USA Today and Florida Today, they are running two sweeps. One of them, and I'll bring it up here on my browser, is one that has been getting some complaints online. It's for the Fall Home and Garden Refresh giveaway. And now it's not loading, so they probably heard me talking about their sweepstakes and have blocked me with their 5G signals. Just kidding. It's the $100,000 giveaway. So when I go to enter this one, as a matter of fact, this page looks different. So let's give it a try. Basically, on this page and the one for the Super Bowl giveaway, it would give you a message saying this email is no longer allowed to enter the contest. I'm going to click submit because the page just loaded in a slightly different way. And what do you know? What's happening? It's paused. I clicked submit. Nothing is happening, but maybe they actually fixed it. So I'm going to hold off judgment on that one right now. And I will, just so I'm not doing this while I'm trying to broadcast at the same time, I'll hold off on the other one until I kind of figure out what's going on with this current sweepstakes. But I clicked submit. It brought me back, and nothing happened. So I'll leave that alone. I'll leave that alone for now. But in the meantime, and obviously this is half jest because we're all humans. These websites are run by computers, but they're programmed by humans. So, this is obviously all in jest. But when it doesn't allow you to enter something, or it says very specifically, this email is no longer allowed to enter, you figure, I did everything correctly. All my entries are completely within your official rules as you have them posted. Why would you not allow me to enter this contest? It feels somewhat odd sometimes. And the last one I have, the Philadelphia Eagles have their Eagles Perks rewards through American Airlines. And in a lot of cases, they have multiple contests running at once. The issue is one of their contests ended. And when you go to that contest page, it includes that and 3 other contests. Well, because the first contest ended, it is now blocking you from entering all the other ones that are still open until the end of the month and the end of the year specifically. So that's more of a glitch, but until they get it open back up so I can enter those contests, guess what? Hated it. I love this new part of the top 5. Maybe we'll call it the bottom 5 now. But Bill Jensen and I had a brief back and forth over text about In Living Color, from which that phrase comes from. And Bill and I are the same age, so we both bonded over that show. And I mentioned, if you were a kid growing up with that show, you had a great childhood, because it was very funny. And when you look back, it's now it would be considered, I guess, an extremely offensive show. But at least that part was funny. Funny to me, so who cares? So that's your top 5, your bottom 5, and that is essentially the end of today's podcast. I appreciate you joining me for yet another episode of Official Rules, a sweepstakes podcast. I am your host, as always, Jay Victor. Feel free to keep an eye out for With the Contest Queen this Friday, October 18th at 8 p.m. with the Contest Queen herself, Miss Carolyn Willman, at Contest Queen on YouTube. I am very much looking forward to it. If there's anything crazy that happens, or if I get verification of my big prize that still has not come in, and I can't wait to tell everybody, I'll put up another episode. But in the meantime, this is Jay Victor signing off for Official Rules, a sweepstakes podcast. Have a wonderful day.
This has been a Father and Son production.